I really want to encourage you to really build those connections with the people that come in contact with your brand always. This should always be a goal. Building relationships just like you would do in person with somebody. All right, storytelling formulas. Remember my motto: aesthetics attract, storytelling connect, and then your strategy convert. It's kind of like dating. You're courting them and they're deciding if they like you enough to give you their hard-earned money. One of the best ways to connect with people is through storytelling. The algorithms, marketing, all of it is human psychology. Through storytelling, you make things a little bit more relatable so people can feel seen. Messaging and the way that you communicate is a big part of branding. You can be good at whatever you do all you want, but if you can't communicate it, you risk the chance of people not finding you and people not connecting with you. So I want to go over simple storytelling formulas you can use for any of your content to turn it into a story that is relatable and connects with your emotional buyers. A big misconception with storytelling and content overall is that you have to tell your whole life story, and that couldn't be furthest from the truth. And honestly, when you're a business owner, it's not all about you. You're not marketing to yourself. If your goal is to get more people to see you and you want to build connections with them and convert them to work with you, you have to make it about them and catch their attention, make them feel seen and make them feel heard. And one of the best ways that you can do that is through storytelling. You're building a bridge from your own situation to your audience's situation to paint this picture of a specific outcome, a transformation of some sort that you can help them get to. Now that I'm in branding and marketing, I can see how everywhere around us, stories are being used to persuade people to do something, all based on how we think. Persuasion isn't a good or a bad thing. It depends on how it's being used. Once you kind of get a hang of this and how to use this for your content, I put the responsibility on you to use it intentionally and to be very careful, because there's a thin line between persuasion and manipulation. You definitely don't want your content to come off as manipulative. And this is why I said at the beginning that you need to know who your audience is, who are the people that you're going to serve, so you can create that story. And this is especially for intuitive creators. If you feel called to create from your feeling space and how you feel, storytelling is going to help you with that, especially when you know a lot about your audience and their lifestyle, their thought behaviors, so you can guide them to take the next step. So here are a few things that you should know about your audience. A bunch of questions that you can use for all of your offers. Every time you have an offer, plug in these questions about your audience so you'll know these things and you can create your content from that as well. All of the stories are going to come back to your offer. The goal is for you to connect with your audience, talk about what they're going through, and connect that to what you're going through or people that you've helped, people that you've worked with, things that you see in your environment, so you can create that connection. So the things that you should know about your audience, their problems, the struggles, the things that they're going through. Take note of the things that you went through, the problems that you've had when you were in their position, or people that you've worked with. Also, you want to know their deepest desires, their wants, their feelings. Also know yours and the people that you've worked with, their limited beliefs, their thought behaviors that are holding them back from taking that next step. And of course, limited beliefs that you've had to overcome in order for you to get to that step. The mistakes that they're making and ways that they're trying to solve the problem on their own unsuccessfully, and mistakes that you've made when you've tried to solve it on your own. And finally, the transformation that they're going to get in the end. Where are you going to help them to get to? What is that transformation that you've gotten, or what transformation have have you gotten other people through? And it can go on and on and on, just picking different pieces from their behaviors and their lifestyle. But these are the main things that you can use to create a story. I want to show you the audience profiler. We're going to utilize a little bit of AI, and I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. So ChatGPT can give us a audience and fill in this profiler, and then I'll show you how you can create the story and create content from that. I went ahead and asked ChatGPT to put together a basic profile for a random business just for the purposes of the demonstration. You can get an idea of how you can incorporate this into your own business and fill out the details for your audience. We went ahead and asked ChatGPT to come up with a main offer and a low ticket offer that this nutritionist, so we can get an idea of what they'll be leading them to. I also went ahead and researched a few keywords from Answer the Public, and the keywords that we came up with were: are meal plans expensive, meal plans without meat, low carb diet, and meal plans without sugar. We're going to use the first topic, are meal plans expensive, take it into ChatGPT and populate the responses for the profiler. You could just enter them all in one by one, but ChatGPT will populate the information for you in a much easier way if you just copy and paste all of the questions. This is our topic. Are meal plans expensive? Let's answer the questions for this audience. Here are the questions. Copy and paste. And ChatGPT is doing this thing. Take this, put it into the profiler, and pull from that to create your stories and to create educational content for your business. Remember, I said with stories, mix and match the key points of your audience's behavior, their lifestyle, their feelings, their thought, and create a story. Say you want to talk about their problems. If you've looked at the content funnel, you know that problem awareness is the very first part of your audience journey. Most likely they're not aware of a problem that they have. If you're looking to get that person onto your page and get your content in front of them, create problem awareness content and get them a little intrigued. Some problems this business's audience is feeling, they have this idea that meal plans cost a lot and it's not budget friendly. If this is your client and you know that that's not true, or you have a way around that so it is budget friendly, pull from that and create content around that. For example, somebody told you that meal plans were expensive. I'm going to show you differently. Boom. There's your first piece of content. You can even add on to that with other key points from here. One blockage that they're experiencing is they have a lack of knowledge on how to create cost-effective meal plans, or they have a misconception that healthy eating and meal planning are inherently expensive. So you can always end that piece of content off and say, don't talk yourself into thinking that healthy eating has to be expensive. Go take a look at the link in my bio to download my 7-day meal plan, which includes a grocery list of items that's not gonna break your bank. And boom, there's the first piece of content. As you can see, the storytelling formulas don't require you to tell your whole life story. You only have to piece in the parts of your story to make that connection with the other person on the other end of the screen. You can always talk about the people that you know, the people that you've worked with, or the things that you see in your environment, because those experiences are relatable as well. Every detail of your life is not necessary. The stories can be mixed and matched based on how you're feeling, which is why I recommend intuitive creators to use this as their main source of content.